Hello, today we'll be talking about a mobility event, the Women's Moving Ahead Conference, and the Ballroom Dance Team. Stay tuned, WMCM's Profile is next. Welcome back to Profile. I'm Molly Prescott. Today I'm sitting next to Jo Garinger and Ashley Schalow of the Student Occupational Therapy Association. Thanks for joining me, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so it's SOTA for short, right? Mm-hmm. So tell me a little bit about what SOTA is.
So what SOTA is it's the Student Occupational Therapy Association, and it's made up of first and second year students here at the university in the occupational therapy program. And what we do is we really strive to promote what occupational therapy is. And what occupational therapy is a rehabilitative profession that aims to help people of all ages to be able to do the things that they really want to do in their life despite their illness or disability.
All right, so to clarify, you said it's made out of first and second year students, but you're both grad students, correct? So undergrads cannot be a part of this. Would you like to explain that for a little bit?
So yeah, I'm a first year and Amy is a second year, and yes, it is just for the graduate students here. We just like it to really bring out our leadership skills as the graduate profession, so yeah, we do not let undergrads in.
Okay. Now, Amy Jo, how many members would you say that you have?
We have about 50 members in our
Okay.
program. Yep.
So then you all work collaboratively towards your mission. So if you had to sum up your mission in one or two sentences, what would you say?
To raise awareness on campus about the major of occupational therapy and what it can do for everybody on campus.
Well, I had a chance to really see your mission firsthand in raising awareness this last Friday with an event you had. So I created a little video about it, so let's take a look. Mobility. It's a luxury that many people take for granted every day. However, there's one group at UW-La Crosse that is trying to bring a new sense of awareness to the topic.
I am involved with the Student Occupational Therapy Association, which is an organization to promote occupational therapy, which is a health profession that helps people to make sure that they're able to do the things that they need to do every day, despite of any illness or disability.
On Friday, March 27th, the Student Occupational Therapy Association, or SOTA, ran their Access for All event on campus.
We're raising awareness about accessibility on campus, and we are going to give everybody who is willing to a chance to go to class in a wheelchair and just experience what it's like to be in a wheelchair. Even if it's just 10 minutes, you know, they can kind of gain a little bit more of an appreciation for what other people have to go to every single day and just kind of gain a greater understanding of what life is like for somebody who uses a wheelchair every day. It's our duty to kind of make sure that people are able to engage in their occupations every day. And so I figured that this would be a really good, to organize an event would be a good idea to raise awareness about accessibility and hopefully make conditions a little bit better for people who use wheelchairs.
This is a new event that we're trying. It was started and kind of planned by one of our members and secretary, Amy Jo. She, a while ago, she was at a roundtable dinner and she met with an individual who uses a wheelchair to get around campus, and this individual was just really expressing concern how it was difficult sometimes, you know, in the winter months when there's snow and ice, for her to even get out of her dorm onto campus. And that just kind of opened up well, as OTs, that's something that we really find important, is accessibility to everyone, no matter what their disability or non-disability. So today is just bringing awareness to the fact that, hey, there are individuals on this campus and in our community that need our help, and it's not always easy for them to get to campus, and sometimes that's something we take for granted.
There were many students that participated in the event and experienced firsthand the challenges that people with disabilities continually face.
I was walked from Kelly to Wings, and it was tedious. I mean, like, I could have gotten there so much faster on my feet, and I think I totally take that for granted every day, but and it was a little awkward too. I mean, I've never been in a wheelchair, so it was like the mechanics were a little hard to get, and I felt like even trying to like wheel and talk to someone was like such a struggle. There is a lot of room for improvement for accessibility for people with disabilities on campus.
It was really difficult. They had me going up the sidewalk to Graf Main Hall, and when you're walking it doesn't seem like it's that much of an incline, but in the wheelchair I was struggling a little bit. I kept running into the grass. I had trouble getting up because I would get stuck in the cracks, and just took a lot of upper body strength and muscles that you don't normally use. I kept trying to get up to the door. When I would pull the handle, I would start twisting the other way, and I wouldn't know how to correct myself. And those doors especially, they were not wide, so it's very easy to get stuck in.
In response to the adaptations that people with disabilities need, it is crucial for campus to provide safe and alternative measures.
I work in Graft, and at the beginning of working there, there's 5 or 6 bathrooms there that I couldn't use any of them. And being that I worked every day in that building, something had to be done, because I wasn't going to go to another building just to go to the bathroom, especially if there's snow on the ground. Not an option. So I kind of talked with them, and within the next couple of days they got that figured out.
SOTA also handed out information to students explaining proper methods when communicating with a person with a disability, such as not assuming that the individual needs help or touching his or her wheelchair without permission.
It's just really important whenever you're talking with someone who has some type of disability to just really put them first and be client-centered. So just really asking them what they want out of the experience, what works for them, what doesn't work for them, really just looking at the things that they need on a daily basis, depending on what kind of disability it is, whether you need to phrase things differently, use different words, or just, help them out and give them a hand getting around campus as well.
Nobody's perfect and mistakes will happen, but SOTA hopes that the event will cause people to critically think of mobility as a right for everyone and not just a privilege for some.
Every day you walk to class and you don't really think about what life would be like if you had to use a wheelchair or if you had some sort of disability. So I just want everybody to kind of think about, how would somebody in a wheelchair have to approach this situation?
This has been Molly Prescott reporting. Well, it was a very powerful event to be part of. How do you ladies think it went?
I thought it went really well. It was a little tricky to get participants at first. A lot of people were in a rush to get to class. But everyone who participated really seemed to be enlightened by the experience. So I thought that was really great. This was the first year that we put it on, and we learned a lot from how it went this year to make it even better next year. Huge thanks to SAPA, Students Advocating Potential Abilities, for their input into the event. Also, the Pre-Occupational Therapy Association helped out with volunteers as well. And also the Office of Disability Resources also gave us a hand in putting this event on. So we had a lot of help, and it ended up turning out pretty great.
That's wonderful. I know we touched on this a little bit in the video, but what do you hope that people really took away from this, that you saw toward the end of the day?
Yeah. At the very least, I wanted people to realize the struggle that some people have to face every single day, just in the simple act of getting to class. Obviously, you can never know exactly how somebody feels with a disability unless you actually live in their shoes. But I wanted people to get a glimpse of what that might feel like and how it might affect your emotional state during the day. And our participants were only in the chair for about 10 minutes, and they got to stand up and walk out when they're done. But for some people, this is their real life, and it really is going to affect your day, and it's not really something that you just get used to. So I'm hoping people were able to take that point away at the very least. Second, I wanted people to notice that there are some really simple things you can do every day to make things more accessible. First is by using the person-first language, which is what we kind of were trying to talk about with our participants, and that's when you're referring to somebody with a disability that you say the person first rather than the disability. So instead of saying a disabled person, you would say a person with a disability, and that's just a really simple way of just being more inclusive in your language. Also, I mean, I hope this goes without saying, but don't park in handicap stalls in a parking lot. Shovel your sidewalks in the winter, because I mean you've walked to class and you know how how tough it is to navigate those sidewalks sometimes when it's icy. Just imagine how much harder it is for somebody who might need a wheelchair or a cane or a walker or something like that.
Certainly. Thank you, ladies, for coming on today. It was a very wonderful event you put on, and it was for a very good cause.
Thank you.
Next, we'll have Stephanie Haugh on for the Women's Moving Event Conference. But first, let's take a look at those adorable Perfect Pets.
Each week, WMCM sends out a group of students to film some of the most precious animals of the Cooley Region Humane Society in a segment we like to call Perfect Pets. Here at the shelter, we found this guy. His name is Freckles, a male white-haired terrier mix. Freckles needs a home. Meet Lavender, a 2-year-old domestic short-hair adult. This kitty needs a home. This is Zeus, a Jack Russell Terrier of 6 years and 18 pounds. Zeus needs a home. To find out more about adoption for these pets or others, contact the Cooley Region Humane Society at 781-4014.
Hello and welcome back to WMCM's Profile. I'm Stephanie Haugh. Today I'm joined here with Larry Sleznikow, from the Women Moving Ahead Conference. So Larry, what is the Moving Ahead Conference?
Well, Women Moving Ahead is a one-day conference on Friday, April 17th, and a half-day salary negotiation workshop on Saturday, April 18th. And the full one-day conference originally was the idea of having a half-day conference, but we had so many different good ideas and presenters, and it's full day. The half-day on Saturday, the salary negotiation or Start Smart workshop is through the American Association of University Women, and it's primarily aimed for new graduates or recent graduates to learn about negotiating salaries, but it's also applicable to those that already are in their careers.
All right. So how did this event actually get started? Like, whose idea was it?
About a little over a year ago, I read the book by Sheryl Sandberg, Lean In. She's the current Chief Operations Officer for Facebook. And she wrote this book about her experiences in school and after graduating, where she experienced various gender inequities in the workplace and how she dealt with them and suggestions for people dealing with them. And I thought this would be such a great idea to share some of these thoughts and others to share with women and men at the university here at UWL.
Okay. So what is the importance of having an event like this on the UWL campus?
Well, I think it's broader than just campus. This is open for the community, and this is a topic that's really pertinent nation and worldwide now when it comes to women and equity, whether it's in the workplace, whether it's at school, whether it's at home and culturally, religiously. All those options, there are definitely differences and challenges that women face. And I think it's really important. We're an institution of higher learning. We have women that are going into careers in all different kinds of areas, and to try to find ways to give them mechanisms to do better in coping with those inequities, and also to men that are involved to raise their awareness.
Okay. You kind of touched on this a little bit, but why is this event 2 days and why not just have it all in one?
Again, we had enough material when we originally decided. The workshop itself takes a half a day, and we wanted to separate that because some people may want to go to the conference, some may want to go to the workshop. So we did it in 2 days. Again, the first day, that Friday, we have a keynote speaker. We have several faculty members from UWL speaking. We have 2 politicians, women politicians from the state of Wisconsin speaking. So there's a lot going on, as well as a luncheon and a networking opportunity.
Okay. You mentioned the keynote speaker. Can you kind of talk about who that is and the significance of having him or her here?
Sure. Our keynote speaker is Shalmina Abji, and it was very a fortuitous and lucky opportunity for this. She was an alum here from 30 years ago in computer science. She's a woman of color, originally from Tanzania, came to UWL with some financial assistance, graduated, and through her job opportunities ended up until recently with IBM as one of their top women executives. And empowering girls and women very high on her lists. I mean, she's very passionate about it. She was looking to do a scholarship here at UWL to give back, but then heard about the Women Moving Ahead event and decided this would be a great opportunity for her to get involved. We asked her to be the keynote, and she accepted, so we're very excited to have her on board with this project.
Sounds like a wonderful time. Is this conference only for women, or could men attend this conference as well?
This conference is open to anyone in the community, men and women. Although we're anticipating that the vast majority of people that will register for the conference will be women, there are several men registered, and I think it's very important that men listen to what that women and some of the speakers are saying, because it's so important that men realize that, and maybe many don't realize the inequities that women are challenged with and face, so that if men understand that, these changes could take place to make it much more equitable for all.
Okay, you kind of talked about registering for the event. Why do you have to register, and how do you register?
Well, registration, the event is being held in 150 Murphy Library, the Innovation Room. Because of the limitation in space, registration for the Friday event is limited to 70. There is a cost because we're trying to offset the lunch and other things that are taking place, even though some of the offset through the financial aid of Shelmina is helping us have the services of UWL's continuing education and extension for registration and logistics. There is a registration fee for those outside of campus, $25 for the conference, $15 for the salary negotiation workshop. Students, it's $15 for the conference and $5 for salary negotiation, but the great thing here is that if they actually attend the conference, register on the day and attend, they get their money back. The reason for this is that we wanted to have students have the sense that they've put something into this conference, but if they do attend, we didn't want to make it a financial burden for them. So again, if they do attend, they'll get their money back the day of the conference.
Okay, why should men, what's the significance of men being able to attend this event for a event called Women Moving Ahead?
Well, the focus is obviously for women moving ahead, but men, make up half the population, and more so in areas of leadership, in corporations, companies, many other areas. And you hear more and more about men realizing what they have to do to try to give women more opportunities. There have been a number of studies now that show that businesses that have more women in decision-making and leadership positions are more financially stable. They make more money. They're more effective. And so I think men are now realizing that and are trying to put things in effect that will make those changes.
Okay. Oh boy. What are some of the other sessions that you mentioned? Jen Schilling and Jill Billings being there. What are their significance?
Sure. Again, Shelmeen is the keynote. She's going to be talking about what it takes for women to move ahead. Senator Jennifer Schilling and Representative Jill Billings are going to be there talking about their experiences as women in state politics, as well as how women can be more effective in politics. Dr. Tony Doken-Morgan from Communication Studies is going to be speaking on confidence in public speaking. One of the themes for the conference is finding your voice, being able to get your voice heard. Dr. Jody Vandenberg Daves is going to be speaking about the workplace and what things can be changed in the workplace to try to make it a more level playing field for both men and women. Okay.
All right, Larry, we are out of time. If you would like to attend the conference, it's April 17th through the 18th in 150 in Murphy Library. And for more information or to register, you can head to womenmovingahead.org. Please stay with us. Katy Pence is in next to talk about the ballroom dance team. Thanks for joining us, Larry.
You're very welcome.
Each week, WMCM sends out a group of students to film some of the most precious animals of the Cooley Region Humane Society in a segment we like to call Perfect Pets. Here at the shelter, we found this guy. His name is Freckles. a male white-haired terrier mix. Freckles needs a home. Meet Lavender, a 2-year-old domestic short-hair adult. This kitty needs a home. This is Zeus, a Jack Russell Terrier of 6 years and 18 pounds. Zeus needs a home. To find out more about adoption for these pets or others, contact the Cooley Region Humane Society at 781-4014.
Hello and welcome back to Profile. I'm Katy Pence and I'm joined today by my good friend and co-captain of the UWL Ballroom team, Bethany Schur. Thanks so much for being with us today, Bethany.
Oh, it's a great day.
Let's tell everybody a little bit about the Ballroom team. Let's start by talking about how it got started.
So the team was started 3 years ago by a junior transfer student who had done ballroom at her old school in Rochester, and she loved it so much she wanted to bring it to campus here to share with other students.
So why did you join the team?
I joined the team because I love Dancing with the Stars, and I wanted to meet new people, and I wasn't involved in anything else on campus at the time.
All right, well, why don't we go ahead and start off with an in-depth look at the UWL Ballroom team. Let's take a look at the video.
You let go, let go, let go, let go. I left my life too late till you shut up with perfect timing. Now here we are, we rock it. Our fingers are stuck in the socket.
Of course it's fun.
Because it's sexy, man.
Why not do it now?
Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance 'neath the cover of October skies. And all the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. And I'm trying to please to the calling of your heartstrings that play soft and low. And all the night's magic seems to whisper and hush. And all the soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Well, I wanna make love to you tonight. I can't wait till the morning has come. And I know that the time is just right, and straight into my arms you will run. And when you come, my heart will be waiting to make sure that you're never alone. There and then all my dreams will come true, dear. There and then I will make you my own. Anytime I touch you, you just tremble inside, and I know how much you want me that you can't hide. Can I just have one more?
We do a lot of fun stuff other than just dancing, so we usually go out and socialize, we go to the different dances in the community, we meet a lot of new people in a lot more ways than just dancing.
I like that I could have just walked in here having zero experience like I did, and 2 months later I actually know a little bit of something.
There are plenty of women that love dancing, and what's better than saying to the girl you want to take on a date, hey, you want to go dancing?
Well, I wanna make love to you tonight. I can't wait till the morning has come. And I know that the time is just right, and straight into my arms you will run. And when you come, my heart will be waiting to make sure that you're never alone. There and then all my dreams will come true, dear. There and then I will make you my own.
Awesome. So that was a really kind of cool in-depth look at the team. Let's talk a little bit about practices. How are practices run?
Well, they're run by me and you, so they're a whole lot of fun. We kind of goof around a lot, but usually we do 2 or 3 dances a night. We teach the newcomers from our knowledge, and then we also have lessons with a professional ballroom coach once a week as well.
So is there a really big time commitment for this?
You could commit up to 10-ish hours a week, but you could come as few times as once a month for like an hour.
So you don't have to try out for the team or anything like that? It's not this big commitment. You kind of just come whenever you want then?
Oh, yes.
Do you have to compete, though?
It's recommended. It's a lot of fun. It's a really good bonding experience with the rest of the team members, but you don't by any means have to compete. I know a lot of people get nervous about that sort of thing, but it's just so much fun, and we encourage everyone to compete once, and if they don't ever want to do it again, that's totally fine.
What other types of events does the team put on?
So many.
So many.
In the fall, we have a Dancing with the Stars event, which everyone got to see on the lovely video, and we bring in community and campus stars who dance with the pros from the team, which is, people who've been on the team for 2 or more years. And they get to dance together. They get basically free dance lessons, and it's a whole lot of fun. We bring in community organizations who also dance as well. Let's see, what else have we done for the team?
You put on a fall ball, correct?
We did put on a fall ball. That was a new event this year where we invited the campus community and the local community to come in. We had a lot of people show up from different schools that we compete against, which was a ton of fun, and we had professional ballroom dancers give a salsa lesson at the beginning, so
awesome.
It was impressive. We had about 250 people attend.
Wow. Awesome. So what's the biggest challenge facing the ballroom team?
We're a new team, so we don't have a huge group of people at this point in time, and we also don't have a huge amount of money at this point in time. So those have been our 2 biggest challenges. This year we've had a lot of people join the team, which has been really awesome. We've had a lot of freshmen join the team, so we're hoping that the freshmen will be staying with the team in the future. And the more people we have, the more people join, and the more money we can make with those people.
Awesome. So what has been your most memorable experience with the ballroom team?
Oh man, there's so many to choose from. What is your favorite experience?
Okay, I'll let you think for a moment. My favorite would have to be from our Iowa competition this weekend, sitting there with my dance partner, waiting to know whether or not we had made final callbacks for Viennese Waltz, just waiting, and then hearing our number and jumping up and screaming, and it was so exciting. And so it was my last dance ever as a collegiate dancer, so that was probably my favorite moment.
One of my favorite moments was last year at Iowa also, when I made it to finals and got 3rd place in quick step with one of my favorite little Germans, Fabi.
Your favorite partner
my
ever.
Favorite.
Awesome. So why should someone join ballroom?
Oh, there's plenty of reasons. As Alex stated in the video, there are lots of women, so if you're a man, come and get it.
I don't know why you wouldn't.
But there's just so many people. You meet not only people from UWL, but you also meet people from different colleges and people in the ballroom community, and you'll discover that the ballroom community is so much bigger than you ever thought it would be. I thought that it was just Dancing with the Stars and that was it, but there are so many more people, and you get to meet them all, and it's not always just about ballroom. It's about so many other things too. So.
How can someone who's interested actually go ahead and join the team?
Oh, so many ways. So you can contact one of the captains. We are listed on the MyOrg's website. And you can contact us to get a list of our practice times and lesson times. We also have a Facebook page, which I think you'll share with them later. You can go on the Facebook page. Otherwise, we have practices 2 weeknights, Tuesdays from 6 to 8 p.m., Wednesdays from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m., and they're all in the Mitchell Hall Dance Studio, and we also have lessons on Sundays in the Mitchell Hall Dance Studio from 2 to 4 p.m.
Awesome. Well, if you are interested, check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/UWL Ballroom. We post all of our practice times, our lessons too, so if there's something that you're really interested in learning, make sure you check out our page. We'll post what dances we're doing every night, and you can ask some questions like, oh, I really like that song. What song is it? So it's a really good way to kind of keep up with the team. We posted all of our competition results as well, so great way to stay up to date with the team. Well, thanks so much for joining us today, Bethany. Make sure all of you at home stay tuned to WMCM. We'll be back with the game show Get Classy at 4:30 here on Campus Channel 6 and Charter Channel 96.